Hi everyone, today I'm going to be talking about some products that have disappointed me, and this video is going to come with the normal disclaimer that you get with these sorts of videos, which is I'm not slagging off products just for the sake of it. I just want to give you my experience of things that haven't worked out for me, and you never know, the things I don't like about them may even be the things that you are looking for. So I like these videos because I find them very, very helpful, so I thought I would do one of my own now that I've got a few products that fit into the disappointing category. And it's usually because they've been either quite expensive and they haven't done what I thought they would do, or they've been really hyped up or really popular, and for me I didn't quite find the same. So I'm going to start with these two polishes, and these are Nails Inc floral polishes. So they're by Nails Inc London, and I've got them two of the shades. This lighter one is Chelsea Embankment Gardens, and the other one with the blue is Queensgate Gardens. I'm on the mailing list for Nails Inc because I'm a member of the VIP club, which is something you have to pay for. I'm not special, it's just that I've paid to be on their VIP list. And as soon as I got the email about this launch, which was this spring, I thought they looked amazing. I completely was in love with all of the shades. I pre-ordered two of them, and I'm glad it was only two now because I was struggling to choose between them all. And I've just been extremely disappointed. Reason being, they are billed as the easy girl's way of doing nail art because they are a clear polish with lots of little different sized and different shaped pieces in that can create nail art. So that was ideal for me because I love the look of nail art. I just don't have a steady enough hand or the patience to sit there and create all these amazing designs, you see. However, hopefully you'll see this in the close-up, it just doesn't do for me what it says it's supposed to do on the tin. Because it's a clear polish, you need to put it on top of another colour to get any nice effect. So I just find that the pieces in it are too big to work. You've got some tiny little pieces that come up when you use it, but the main pieces, which are the flower shapes, are too heavy to stay on the brush. So you end up having to fish around with either the brush itself or a little Q-tip or a needle or a pair of tweezers, and then actually having to place them on the nails yourself. It gets messy, it takes a lot of time. They just don't do what they promised to do for me, and especially as these are about, I can't remember exactly, but something like £12 to £15 each. So that's a lot of money to spend on some nail polish that I can't see myself using ever again. So love a lot of the Nails Inc polishes, but these ones are not a favourite for me. Next is the Lush Ultra Bland Facial Cleanser. I picked this up when I went into Lush and posted a haul about it, which I can link below if you're interested in. And this was one of the products I was probably most excited about. The sales assistant said that it was, I can't remember if it was the best selling of all of their products or their best selling sort of facial skincare out of everything, but it's definitely a top seller. And when I tried it out on my hand in the shop, it felt lovely. It felt really rich and moisturising without being too greasy. However, when you actually go to use it on your face, or for me, when I actually went to use it on my face, I found that it was too thick, too gloopy. When I rinsed it off, or after I rinsed it off, I felt like I had a residue there, and I'm pretty sure this broke me out in spots, and not that I can think of ever has any product ever done that to me before. So I tried it a few times and just couldn't bear to use it any longer. I've actually passed it on to my husband, which is why there's so much of it used now. He says it's okay for him, but I was just surprised because seeing as it's one of their best sellers, I thought it would be something that was suitable for lots of different skin types. And I've got dry skin, and if I found it too rich and too greasy, I can't imagine how anyone else is going to find it any good. But clearly people love it, otherwise it wouldn't sell out so quickly. But for me, this was not a winner, far from it. This next one was completely heartbreaking to me that it disappointed me. It's the Dior Show Waterproof Mascara, and I've got it in black. For a long time, the normal formula of this, the Dior Show, but not the waterproof formula, was my all-time favourite mascara. I will admit that since I have found some really, really decent, cheaper alternatives on the high street, so I haven't used the Dior Show for a while. But when I needed a waterproof mascara, I thought I'd go back to my old faithful and just buy this in the waterproof formula, and it is completely rubbish, basically, to sum it up in a word, especially for the £26. I think that's how much it is. It's around that price tag. So the reason I don't like it is the formula is very, very, very wet to start with. So you have to wait a long time for it to dry to prevent getting those marks on your eyelids when you open your eyes up after applying mascara. because it's so wet, it really smudges, and the Dior Show brush is it's one of their iconic things about the Dior Show is it's got a really fat brush. So with a very wet formula and a big fat brush, the two together do not work for me. And to add insult to injury, if I do spend time to apply it and clear up all the mess that I've made with all the smudges on it, I just don't find it that waterproof either. So it really doesn't do any of the things it promises to do. I hope that doesn't mean that they've changed the original Dior Show formula as well. I haven't bought it for a long time. But yeah, this I can't even see myself using it just for the sake of using it up for the price it costs. So that is completely heartbreaking. So yeah, that was probably the most disappointing product out of everything that I'm going to be talking about today. This one I've spoken about before. It's the Rodial BB Venom Skin Tint. I bought it in a haul. I'd given it a little go. I was on the fence about it. I wanted to give it more time before I gave a proper opinion, and it's definitely not something that works for me. The reason it was so disappointing is because the Rodial Snake Venom Serum, which I can never say properly, is amazing. I've never bought it. It is mega expensive, but I had a sample in a glossy box once and I found it amazing. So I thought the BB cream must be just as good, and I was lucky enough to find it in TK Maxx. So it was only about £8 instead of the £30 to £40 retail price. Anyway, it just is not a very good BB cream for me. I will say the colour suits me perfectly. It comes in a few colours, but this is Capri. But the formula doesn't work. It doesn't give very good coverage, and I know BB creams aren't meant to be full coverage, but this hasn't really got much coverage in it whatsoever. And more than that, it fades really quickly, it clings to all my dry patches, it enhances all the wrong parts of my skin for me. So maybe it would be better for someone with a different skin type. And I'm not even sure if they still do this now, because during the summer they brought out something called Insta Tint or Instaglam or something, which I've got a feeling might be an updated version to this. I'm just glad that I didn't pay full price for it, because that would have been really upsetting. And finally, this is a lipstick, and it's from No. 7, and that is the reason why this was so disappointing for me, because No. 7 is a brand that I love, and I've never tried anything from their makeup range until this that let me down or even made me mildly disappointed. And I do have other of their lipsticks in the different formula. So this is the Sheer Temptation formula. They're matte formulas, which I believe are called, let me check. So here we go. This is their matte formula. It comes in the darker packaging, and these are called Stay Perfect. So those I love. Nothing bad to say about those. These are the silver packaging, and as I said, it's called the Sheer Temptation. So it's a much glossier and sheerer, if that's a word, version of a lipstick. And I've got it in the colour Glam, which is a really gorgeous colour actually. It's a dramatic red colour, as you can see. So first impressions were good. It goes on like a dream. It's a gorgeous sheer glossy colour, as it promises to be. And I was even wearing this in one of my videos that I uploaded in September, I believe, and I loved how it looked when you first put it on. But every time I've worn it, the way it has faded has just meant that I'm probably not going to wear it again. I've given it a few goes. I found that it almost like peels off. So it's almost as if it dries, like a nail polish dries, and then peels off. Like it looks like peeling paint coming off your lips. It's really not an attractive look. And when you've got a bold colour as well, it's extremely noticeable. So, you know, I probably might wear this in videos because I'm only going to have to wear it for the 10 minutes or half an hour that I'm filming. But if you're going out, if you're doing anything, if you're eating, you're drinking, or you're just out and about, you don't want to go to the loo or come home, look in the mirror and you see that you look like you've got some sort of snake skin peeling situation on your lips. So that comes to the end of the little list of disappointing products I have so far. Hopefully I won't discover any more, because it's always pretty heartbreaking when you spend your hard-earned cash on something that you're just not going to use. And if you have made any video like this lately, then definitely comment below, because I always like to watch these videos, as I've said, because it stops you hopefully from buying things that are going to be wasting your money. So don't forget, as I always say, to give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it and found it helpful, and subscribe for weekly beauty videos. I'll see you next time. Bye! However, I'm going to include a non-beauty one, and I'm going to start with that, and it will explain the reason why I'm wearing this Harry Potter t-shirt with the Gryffindor emblem. So I was lucky enough to go to the Harry Potter World, the Warner Brothers tour that we have just north of